Today, something remarkable happened that took this animal rescuer by complete surprise. While going about his normal daily routine, his phone rang with an urgent message about two abandoned puppies spotted near an empty plot of land. Without hesitation, he grabbed his rescue kit and headed straight to the location described by the caller. Upon arriving at the scene, the man scanned the area until he spotted two small, fuzzy shapes moving about aimlessly. There they were, two adorable puppies wandering around the barren plot, clearly without their mother. They paced back and forth, sniffing at the ground and occasionally whimpering, showing all the signs of being hungry and confused. The sight immediately raised questions in the rescuer's mind about how these innocent creatures ended up abandoned in such a place. The rescuer approached slowly, trying not to frighten the tiny animals. To his amazement, despite their obvious fear and wariness, the puppies did not run away from him. Instead, after a moment of hesitation, they actually moved toward him, as if sensing his good intentions. Their natural instinct might have been to flee from a stranger, but something about his gentle approach seemed to earn their trust almost immediately. Carefully, the man reached down and scooped up both puppies. They were small enough to hold together, their tiny bodies trembling slightly against his hands. Their fur felt rough and matted, showing signs of neglect and outdoor exposure. The man carried them to a cleaner spot away from the debris and dirt of the empty plot. His first priority was to address their dehydration, a common and dangerous condition for abandoned young animals. He took out a water bottle from his rescue kit and poured some into a small portable bowl he always carried. The puppies, who had been running around searching for food or their mother, were clearly thirsty. When he placed the bowl in front of them, they eagerly lapped at the water, their tiny pink tongues working quickly to quench their thirst. The rescuer smiled as he watched them drink, relieved to see them accepting his help so readily. After they had sufficient water, the man offered them some small pieces of puppy food from his emergency supplies. He was careful not to give them too much at once, knowing that suddenly overfeeding hungry puppies could cause stomach problems. The puppies sniffed the food cautiously at first, but soon began to eat with enthusiasm. Their hunger was obvious, and the rescuer wondered how long they had gone without proper nourishment. With their immediate needs addressed, the rescuer decided it was time to take them back to his rescue center, where he could provide better care. He gently placed both puppies in a small, padded carrier he had brought along. They seemed to feel secure in the enclosed space, nestling together for warmth and comfort during the journey. Upon arriving at the rescue center, the man's first task was to thoroughly clean the puppies. Their fur was dirty and contained various outdoor debris that could potentially harbor parasites or cause skin infections. He prepared a warm bath with gentle puppy shampoo and carefully washed each puppy, talking softly to them throughout the process to keep them calm. The puppies seemed to enjoy the warm water and gentle massage of the bath, though they squirmed a bit as puppies naturally do during bath time. As the dirt washed away, the rescuer could better see their actual condition. Though thin, they did not appear severely malnourished, suggesting they had not been abandoned for too long. Their eyes were bright and alert, a good sign of overall health despite their unfortunate circumstances. After the bath, he gently towel-dried each puppy, being careful not to chill them as young puppies can lose body heat quickly. Once they were clean and dry, the rescuer prepared a proper bed for them in a quiet, warm corner of the center. He used soft blankets to create a cozy nest where they could rest comfortably. He placed their new bed inside a larger pen area that would keep them safely contained while still giving them enough space to move around and play as they gained strength and confidence. The rescuer realized that these young puppies, probably only a few weeks old, would need more than just solid food. Their age indicated they should still be nursing from their mother, so he prepared special formula milk designed specifically for orphaned puppies. He warmed the formula to body temperature and filled two small bottles, preparing to feed each puppy individually to ensure they received adequate nutrition. He sat down with the first puppy cradled in his arm, offering the bottle with its specially designed nipple. After a moment of confusion, the puppy latched on and began to suckle hungrily. The rescuer watched carefully, making sure the puppy was swallowing properly and not inhaling any of the formula. When the first puppy had enough, he repeated the process with the second one, who drank just as eagerly. The formula feeding seemed to energize the puppies. After their meal, instead of sleeping as the rescuer expected, they began to explore their new surroundings with typical puppy curiosity. They sniffed at every corner of their pen, pawed at the blankets, and even attempted some playful pounces at each other. Their behavior suggested they were feeling secure and comfortable in their new environment, a positive sign that they were adapting well despite the trauma of being abandoned. The rescuer watched them play, pleased to see their natural puppy behaviors emerging now that their basic needs were met. They tumbled over each other, nipped gently with their tiny teeth, and made the soft growling sounds that signify puppy play. This playfulness indicated good health and proper development despite their rough start in life. After playing energetically for about an hour, the puppies finally began to show signs of tiredness. Their movements slowed, their eyelids began to droop, and they started looking for a comfortable spot to rest. They eventually curled up together in the center of their soft bed, their small bodies pressed against each other for warmth and comfort, just as they would have done with their mother and littermates in normal circumstances. As the puppies napped, the rescuer made notes about their condition and behavior in his rescue journal. He documented their estimated age, weight, eating habits, and general health observations. This information would be important for their ongoing care and eventual adoption. He also started making plans for their next steps, which would include a thorough veterinary examination. The man knew that proper health care was crucial for rescued puppies. They would need to be checked for common parasites like roundworms, which are almost universal in young puppies. They would also need to begin their vaccination schedule to protect them from potentially deadly diseases like parvovirus and distemper. Additionally, they would need to be checked for any congenital issues or health problems resulting from their time outdoors. The rescuer called the vet to schedule an appointment for the following day. The vet, familiar with the rescue center's work, agreed to see the puppies first thing in the morning. The man felt relieved knowing the puppies would receive professional medical attention soon. Until then, he would monitor them closely for any signs of illness or distress. When the puppies woke from their nap, they seemed even more lively than before. Their rest had clearly rejuvenated them, and they immediately began playing again with renewed energy. The rescuer took this opportunity to observe them more carefully, looking for any signs of physical problems or behavioral issues. He was pleased to note that both puppies moved well, showing no signs of lameness or pain. Their playful interaction with each other also suggested healthy social development. As evening approached, the rescuer prepared another meal of puppy formula for them, followed by a small amount of softened puppy food to help them transition to solid foods. The puppies ate well, showing good appetites that further reassured the man about their health. After eating, they needed to eliminate, and the rescuer began the process of basic house training by placing them on puppy pads after meals, gently teaching them where it was appropriate to relieve themselves. As night fell, the rescuer prepared the sleeping area with fresh blankets and a small stuffed toy that might provide comfort to the puppies who were likely missing their mother and siblings. He made sure the area was warm enough, as puppies this young cannot regulate their body temperature well. He also set up a small nightlight nearby so he could check on them during the night without disturbing them with bright lights. The puppies seemed to understand it was bedtime and settled down quickly, cuddling together in their now familiar bed. The rescuer stayed nearby until they fell asleep, watching their tiny sides rise and fall with each breath. There was something profoundly satisfying about seeing these once abandoned creatures now sleeping safely and contentedly. Before going to sleep himself, the man reflected on the day's events. What had started as an ordinary day had turned into something special, a chance to make a real difference in the lives of two innocent beings. He thought about the puppies' future, hoping to find them a loving forever home where they would be cherished and well cared for throughout their lives. He also made a mental note to check the area where the puppies were found to make sure there weren't any other abandoned animals needing help. The rescue of these puppies reinforced the man's belief in the importance of his work. Each animal saved represented not just a life preserved, but potential suffering prevented. These puppies would never know the fear and hardship of trying to survive on their own, never experience the pangs of hunger or the dangers of living as strays. Instead, they would know safety, regular meals, medical care, and eventually, the love of a family. As the rescuer finally prepared for his own rest, he felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Today had been a good day, a day when kindness made a tangible difference. Tomorrow would bring new challenges with the vet visit, but for now, two formerly abandoned puppies were sleeping safely, their bellies full, and their future suddenly much brighter. In the world of animal rescue, days like this made all the difficult times worthwhile.